I think it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you see a lot of players that show a lot of promise in Asia, like this new Lynn Vision edition, looking pretty good. Even some of the Huns players playing pretty good lately. So I think there's a lot of good teams to kind of keep your eye on in ECL, and it's one of the best things about checking in with some of these guys. As we head into Anubis, Lynn Vision will get the chance to start out on the T side, so I'm hoping Huns could start off well. Look, in the last map, they played one really good half and one kind of shocking half. So if they just can embody that first half energy, then this should be a pretty tight map.
Yeah. Well, let's see how things are going to go. It was the Huns that were able to kind of start things off nicely with the pistol in the last map. And they may be able to do so once again. Betzel getting that early kill onto Amelia. That's going to allow the Huns to gather a lot of info outside of A. There's not a whole lot happening over there, and they will be aware of that. They'll also be hearing Lynn Vision go for a little jog into CT's spawn. This will be a wraparound in towards A. Bartak did get the info. He took the peek, and he's lost his life as a result. of fight in mid goes the way of 9, but Lynn Vision get themselves another entry onto the site. So 3-on-3 is where things will stand for the moment. As the bomb is tossed down to the side. It landed up on top of the cake. That's what people were calling it when Anubis first came out. I don't know what they're calling it now, but I have no better way to describe it. It landed on the cake, and so the player had to jump, and he got his head taken off. So a little bit of a mess there in the end from Lynn Vision. And Call Me Sue, the savior of Chinese Counter-Strike, has to do it again, and I think he will not, was what I was going to say.
Yeah, a bit of a ambitious peak dropping down there. Just expected that if he hit him with the crazy movement, that Cobra wouldn't be able to hit the headshot. But Cobra Zero, not too bad of a player coming out of Mongolia for a little while now. And that's a great start for the Huns. Going to get off to the races on this CT side, which is what you need to be seeing here on Anubis. Lynn Vision, no bomb plant for them. They are going to take a save here, but look, both Call Me Sue and Starry feeling confident enough to go for some Deagle purchases here.
Yeah, that was one of the rounds of all time for Lynn Vision. I think one that they'll be happy to forget. Really, for a second, had his hands on a Deagle. But much like everything in life, Pilski, you work so hard, you get so far. But it all didn't even matter. And that was Amelia's round, really, as well. However, there's going to be a purchase from Lynn Vision.
Huns holding onto a lot of MP9s here, so could do something a little quicker. Like pop across a bridge or close setup inside A main, something like that. Looks like it will be a water drop. I like it. Getting a bit more aggressive with some of these SMGs. Now they're kind of trapped in the middle of the map here, and they need to try to get value out of them. LVG with kind of a hands-off approach, waiting for mistakes out of Huns for now.
Not getting them thus far. Util's going to keep them at bay in middle. Hand over towards A long. There's actually a push out on B. Call Me Sue's behind that. They didn't spot him. The flash was great. He couldn't see anything, but it did not check behind them. He'll try to pick the pace up, which is not a bad choice necessarily going into B there. He just wasn't expecting a fourth player. Or rather a third player. And actually, this is starting to fall apart a little for Lynn Vision. They have to hit their shots. They will. Good trade from Zaka, but still 2v1. Zera, winnable. Starry's low. And get banged off, and Zaka saves it. Messy round on both sides. But Lynn Vision take the first gun round of the map.
Yeah, I think Huns will be happy with that, though. They got a lot of damage done with those MP9s. So putting Lynn Vision in a position where they're going to have to cut down on util or firepower here or there, and they're also quite resettable heading into this T-side gun round. Westmelon pulling out the MAC-10, which might indicate they're going to do something a little faster. A lot of players heading towards A already. Progression smoke to the front side of E-box. Over on the side of Huns here. They're going to aggress out of B main. Vessel's all on his own here. Gets an early Molotov down to buy some time for some rotations. Nine's kind of already on his way over here, and Bartak with a full belt of utility rotating into A from cams as well.
Entry. That volley is fantastic, and that has thrown a fox among the henhouse. The Huns were just swarming around, trying to figure out what to do, where to go, and that is exactly when the hit came in for Lynn Vision. That is about as good of an entry into the A side as you're going to get. Lynn Vision are very happy with that.
Mac 10 could probably get upgraded here as well. Hunt's just going to have to save. Could not take advantage of the damage I did in the round previous. Lynn Vision with some very clean entries into A, not too much pushback from the CT side, and that'll really allow them to start building their economy on the T side here early on. As I said, Westmelon upgrading the Mac 10 to an M4.
Terrorists win.
Love that for Lynn Vision. Bit of an earlier start from Lynn Vision than what we got on the first map. So I wonder if that spells a bit of disaster here for the Huns. Gonna scrounge together what they can here for round number 5, but money's definitely a problem now. And straight away, we'll get the instant house smoke as well as the E-box smoke. So a bit of presence from Lynn Vision once again in toward water.
Seems like they might be just trying to bully Vessel here. Bartak's over here as well, straight through the smoke. There's a good enough trade. The MP9 not really getting too much done here for Bartak. He's still got a molly, could have dropped, but he chooses just to re-peek instead, and he's punished heavily for it.
Once again, Lynn Vision really just bullying their way into this A site. 9 gonna get the better of Amelia and actually find Zaka as well, so there might still be something left to right in this round. Starry, however, has other ideas, and that is somewhat the star power coming back into Lynn Vision as he swings this round back in their favor. Call me Sue. The other remaining member for Lynn Vision is going to be calling that rotate over towards B. Seems to be pretty aware of Gerald's position towards long. One plan's gone down. Looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward one for Lynn Vision here.
There's the roll. Caught off by the off angle. Easy kill for Sue. 3-2. Money broken for Huns. 3 in a row for Lynn Vision. And that honestly kind of reminds me of how the Dust 2 game went. Huns had a pretty nice start, but Lynn Vision kind of slowly but surely working their way into the game with just a pretty solid looking approach. I think, again, really abusing that A side of the map early on here, Lynn Vision. Huns have had a pretty tough time holding it.
Not going to have much to say in this round. Holding on to the B-side solo, but the Huns trying to make some adaptations, sending many of their members over to A, clearing out A long. Now having a look into carpets as well. They will eventually run into Amelia, but his timing is good, and his shots are as well. Be prepared for another player and get the job done exactly as is asked of him. That leaves just 9 with a pistol. And maybe a flank on Astari, so maybe he can take an AK somewhere here. But for all that good that's going to do him, as Call Me Sue's already on the lurk. Didn't expect that.
Getting a couple exits. Much closer to that ult fund. Can maybe even drop that AK across to Vessel. Help him shore up his util here and there. And just keep things expensive for Lynn Vision. Like I said, they've had a pretty good start to Ancient so far. So the more guns you can take away from them might open you up a little bit of a reset window on the CT side after you're putting in a couple of hard rounds back to back. 4-2 for LVG though after losing pistol. Really starting to roll on Anubis here.
Terrorists win.
Had a pretty rough day for Bartak. Seen him on the Huns for many, many moons now, and I don't know, I don't really remember the last time I saw like a big map from Bartak, you know?
Yep. I mean, to be fair, he was kind of always that player, right? Like, in whatever team you want to put him in, he's always kind of just been like a middle of the road kind of guy. Never really anything outrageous, never really anything terrible. Just kind of like, he's just there. And I think that was one of the criticisms of his time in some of the previous rosters he was on.
Huns.
I guess when you're in a team like the Huns, you need to be stepping up a little bit more.
Yeah. Especially when Call Me Sue's just dry walking out and taking names, flashes flying up over the top, finally dealt with by Cobra, but that was really only a one-player pressure coming in from LVG with a couple of supporting flashes from Westmelon. LVG waiting for aggression or any kind of response from Huns elsewhere, but not really finding it. Huns looking to solve this A problem by moving the AWP over there. Nine's been posted up in A main since the start of the round. They've been really refreshing those smokes. And it looks like Huns are going to be trusting him to hold on to that, and in the meanwhile kind of stacking towards the B side of the map.
Yeah, still sending a bit of util into mid that's trying to draw some of that attention in that direction. You can see Vessel and Nine dumping some of their own counter util there, which is indicating that they're still worried about that position. The rotation is coming through from Vessel. There'll be 3 players here, in a sense, to kind of try and defend this site. Not as many now that Cobra Zero has gone down, but Bartak just get himself one and still alive. These couple of players, they're desperate for a bomb plant, Lynn Vision, but they're not able to get it down until they clear the site itself. 2-on-2 now, and a flank coming through from Nine. Time of the essence for Lynn Vision. The AWP shot things out. There's 10 seconds left. Amelia can't win the duel. And Lynn Vision dropped the round. They might have just been, honestly, better off just forcing the plan.
Did take a lot of guns away from Huns, though. So CT economy looking pretty battered and bruised at this point. As does Lynn Vision's money too, to be honest. 1900 for them. Good chance for one of these teams to take the lead in the next couple of rounds. Oops are out for both. Yeah, good buys for both teams here. Nine's once again trending towards the A side of the map with the AWP. Didn't really get a chance to get involved last round too much until the mid to late round, really. Doing the 2-man setup. Vessel's kind of just anti-flash off of Nine's contact with the AWP. But Lynn Vision are not really making any moves towards A here. It is just a bit more of a default round, them feeling things out. Westmelon is the most aggressive player for the LVG here. He's just posted up outside of E-box for now. Out comes the util to take doors and cams there. 3 mollies thrown in the middle of the map by Lynn Vision and the smoke. Huns replying with their own utility.
Util to try and take E-box, but that's very quickly countered by Zeralt. So Lynn Vision will have to wait a little bit longer in that area of the map. Oh, and the spam timing from Bartak was almost excellent. Westmelon hunting for those entries, as he is wont to do. Sort of a bragging IGL at times. And he gets himself one. But still, the entry's not looking too bad for Lynn Vision, and there is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Starry and Zaka, where they kill a piece, is going to leave Nine alone. And another round is going to go the way of Lynn Vision.
Yeah, just a pretty simple one, right? Like, they just defaulted across the map, not really giving Huns too much information about what the play is. Just waiting for the first 40 seconds, and then it's a lot of mid-pressure with the utility and denying info. Mollies onto house and doors, as well as into cams. Deep smoke down middle kind of makes it look like it might be some kind of B-split or taking mid and feeling things out. And then they just hit a B exit. Keep things simple. Jiggle from Nine. Going to drop a molly for safety to try and hold on to the AWP here. LVG will have to respect that. Will Huns buy up around this? Can rifle drop Zeralt. Cobra can get a rifle. Bartak can buy. Vessel will have to go down to an MP9. So they can't scrap a buy to get it here, but I don't know how much I like these kind of buys, right? When you haven't fully built up that loss bonus just yet, and also Lynn Vision is not even resettable anyway. Even if you did win with this kind of mixed buy.
Well, that's unfortunate for Zaka, but equally as unfortunate, maybe even more so for Amelia. Unable to trade. Starry's up there on bridge, so is Call Me Sue. They're looking to see if they can maybe bring anything back, but no angle presenting itself now. Westmelon's going to follow suit with the bomb. Almost gets clipped off there by Cobra Zera. Need these entries onto the A site, and they're not getting them. A bit of a fumble, honestly, from those Lynn Vision players. Now leaves Westmelon alone. He goes back through the smoke in the middle to his death. A bit more aggression from Huns in that round, and it paid off.
Yeah, Cobra just running it straight down through the middle of the map. Great awareness, multi-fracking well. Gets that first pick, preempts the player at Rugs, preempts the player at Stairs. He knows exactly where all of LVG are going to be, and he's ready for them. And then really good movement from Vessel over on that A side of the map, using the stairs in the elevation and just jiggling around, making himself hard to hit. Really allowed him to be able to hold a little bit better there and multi-frac against Lynn Vision. So a couple of the riflers on Huns stepping up, and now the pace change coming in here from LVG. Feel like they're going to go for a B pop here. Oh, they're starting to fall away. Really felt like they were going to go for a B execute there, but it seems like they're slowing things down first. Taking their time.
Good start. And once again, you know, you kind of have to look at this first half and say, obviously, we're talking a lot about Lynn Vision, and I think the general sentiment is that it is trending positively for Lynn Vision. But if Huns get 5, which is not an unreasonable expectation given the way this round is going, you kind of have to give them a little bit of credit. Like, it's not been a bad half at all. I mean, from the Huns' perspective, even though it has been a bit back and forth.
They've had one bad half, which was the second half of Dust 2, but the rest of the game so far tonight, they've been very competitive.
That is going to help for sure. Get
Great
things
flash.
set up quite nicely. Call Me Sue. Still run amok, but we brought down the heal by Bartak. And for Westmelon, not much of a chance with the Tech 9 at a range like that one. So 5-5. The Huns get themselves another one.
Force Lynn Vision on the save too. This is what I was talking about, chipping in that economy damage slowly but surely. Taking enough rifles away from Lynn Vision to finally reset them. This is where Huns forget about just 5. Like, this should be a pretty easy anti-eco into a fully kitted buy. With AKs, maybe even a double AWP on round 12. 7-5 is a very real possibility for Huns. And then they'll be moving on to the T side, so... Look, you can criticize the veto. They've been, like we said, pretty competitive tonight. But at the end of the day, you know, ECL is, did you get your best of 1 wins or not? And didn't get it on Dust 2 yet. A 1-1 would still not be too bad for the Huns tonight.
I mean, I think a 1-1 against Lynn Vision is something that most teams would be happy to take if given the opportunity. Let's find out. Dog's going to nade open his smoke. Doesn't really see too much. Vision are attempting to get in there. Going to get the bomb plant down. Probably not going to be able to do too much more with the round, but plants a bomb plant. So don't be too mad about things. Amelia finished off pretty comfortably. The Huns get 6. So again, I think, you know, if we're looking at this from the Huns' perspective, we're probably pretty happy with the proceedings. And now, I actually think you have to put the onus onto Lynn Vision and say you almost need to win this round, otherwise that was a pretty bad half.
Yeah, could say that. Bomb plant will help them out a lot. They would be a little drier on the util side of things if they didn't get into B there and get a plant. Cobra... Has he gone for an AWP here? No. Oh yeah, he has. He's juggling it. So he has a rifle for backup on the rotation, but they are going double AWP here, Huns. I like that. A lot of AKs as well. LVG progression smokes into B. I think they are going to commit to the B pop out of the progression smoke here this time. Beautiful from Cobra. Breaks the smoke. Easy first pick.
Amelia. Yeah, Amelia's been on the receiving end of a few of those AWP shots in this half, but they are into B. Should be able to get a bomb plant down here and can play out that 3-4. And frankly, these are the three guys you'd probably want to have alive. Zach Astari, and based on what we're seeing so far tonight, Call Me Sue might be the sort of three pivotal players in this roster from a fragging perspective. Zaka unable to get that bomb plant down as a result of the molly, and the Huns have got a really good idea that this is going to be B, but there you go, Starry just activates, and so does Zaka, and that is why these guys are the danger men. And now it's just Bartak in the blink of an eye. A 4v3 has turned into a 1v3. The round and the half are more or less going to be over. Starry, I think, lining up Zaka for a swing here at some point, and they're going to hear the steps, and it's not even going to come down to those two because Call Me Sue wants his piece of the pie as well. 6-6 at the half.
I load my bags and hit the road. I'm headed to LA. I'm headed on my way. I'm headed on my way to LA. Headed on my way soon. Couple thousand miles, throw it on the dash. Shit, 10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you, it's silence. Thought I'd have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign, yeah. Had to remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah. Made for the fight, for the pain and the climb. Tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime. Race against time. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down. I pack my suitcase, headed out the door. I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home. A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road. Headed on my way, I'm headed on my way to headed on my way.
Jumping back into the second half, and the scoreline pretty tied up, 6 apiece. Obviously, the Huns have gotten their CT side out of the way, so you could argue that they have a slight advantage heading into the second half. But if matches in Asia are anything to go by, in a traditional sense, I wouldn't really read too much into it.
See if Huns can get their 1-1 for tonight against one of the better teams in the round robin. Have to get through Starry first, and Starry is the one who wants to get through them. Nice trade coming out. Actually, a double from Vessel is really going to help Huns start to get a foothold in the site now.
going to go down as well. 3 on 4 for the retake here. Lynn Vision are not going to be feeling too good about that one. Flash is going out into B main. And Amelia really just going fishing through that smoke. Is not going to find anything. Not going to get any nibbles, which is to be expected. So double up down in E-box. Double up at main. And that is not a good one for Lynn Vision. There's just almost no way that they can break that kind of a setup. A good flash as well coming through, making an almost impossible situation actually impossible for Amelia. As that time it ticks away. And it will be a pistol round on the board for the Huns once again.
Terrorists win.
Full save going to have to come out for Lynn Vision. And Huns have a really good chance to pick up Anubis here, which would be a big thumbs up, right? Playing up against Lynn Vision on this map. Still got plenty of rounds between then and now, but like this kind of start on the T side, they can keep their economy nice and strong. Knight's not even buying anything. This is the bonus round that you really don't see very much, or the money man you really don't see very much in CS, to be honest. More popular of this kind of approach in the cartoon shooter, to be honest. Just get one bloke with a pistol and either send him in for info or recycle a rifle.
Very reserved on the behalf of the Huns. Really taking their time clearing out long. It's going to be a contact play. Lynn Vision have their forces deployed in the wrong position. It is only Westmelon here to hold A for the moment. Obviously, a rotation can come quickly, but there's a lot of util that Lynn Vision's going to have to get through. Maybe not. Not a huge amount of it getting thrown, but yeah, straight into the meat grinder as expected. And that'll pretty much be that. 9 with the Lego Glock. That is definitely a top tier skin.
For sure.
In my opinion. Don't have one. But that's cool.
Sorry, has not really found anything with this Deke.
Were you a bit of a Lego kid?
Only when I went on holiday and there wasn't like a computer around, you know?
Right.
Like if I went to the beach house, I was up in those Legos, you know? Like maybe an alternate reality me that grew up in the country instead of growing up in the city was like a fiend for the Legos. But
yeah.
Instead
I was a fiend for the Lego. I had a lot of Lego.
So I was a fiend for the StarCraft Brood War and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Bit of a nerd.
That makes sense. That's why you're such an elite gamer.
Thanks, man. I'm not Call Me Sue, but I'm alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can both agree on that.
Never be him. 8-6 for Huns. Lots of rifle across the board here. Should be a pretty nice looking bonus round for them. Dangerous. The LVG for sure. A lot of progression smokes across the map, and Huns going to go for a beat pop. Does catch Westmelon blind. What an entry. Double entry in the blink of an eye. LVG probably just already got a save. That's the perfect timing. Like, that is exactly what you want to do with a pop play. You build up all of this kind of conditioning with these progression smokes and info denial kind of tricks that these teams use on the T side, and then every now and again you just hit them with a pop play like that, and it's just a freebie.
It's really just down to a perfect timing, isn't it, on the behalf of the Huns? Because you just watch it from Westmelon's POV. He had no conceivable idea necessarily that was going to happen. He hadn't seen anybody. Yeah, there were some flashes and util getting tossed, but he sort of strafed back into the site just as the Huns players crossed the angle where there was a gap in the smoke in main. So we didn't see them then. And at that point, it was probably already too late because the rest of the guys had already come up through E-box. The flashes were coming over the top, so rough one for Lynn Vision. Didn't really get much of a chance in that round, and Nine's going to take away even another gun. So 9-6, and this is definitely starting to look like a winnable map now for the Huns.
Envision going to save around a couple of rifles they've managed to save. Just pistols. But totally agree with you. Huns in a great position now. 4+K on all of these players on the T side. You can see Lynn Vision just trying to get these hero rifles active. They need to find any kind of impact if they're going to win this round. Smoke gets cleared and they don't see Sue hiding on the outside of the bridge. Can this man go huge again? Beautiful. Oh, that's just such a good bait setup. That's perfection for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you hit some absolutely banger shots like that as well, and even Amelia's getting involved. So just when it looks like it might be the Huns start to come ahead in really any point in this series in some significant kind of a way, Lynn Vision pulls it back a step. Nyan does get Call Me Sue. But you have to wonder if the damage has already been done. Now, the only thing I'll say here is that these fights are actually quite isolated. So, Lynn Vision, if they could have gotten Starry there as he crossed, brought it back to a 3-on-2. I think at that point it starts to become a very winnable round. But even here, 4v2, doesn't look impossible.
Bomb has been planted.
It'll be a nice smoke, but I just wonder if it's going to keep Huns a little preoccupied elsewhere. Luckily, turnaround from 9, but he'll only get himself one. And now the flank from Cam's coming through. Cobra's there. He can't win it anymore. Yeah, there was a way, but there wasn't a will, unfortunately, for the Huns. And that is Lynn Vision coming back a step.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Vision now putting their foot back in the door in a round that they didn't really have that many expectations into, but that's why you just save a couple of rifles on some of these players, especially when you got personnel like Lynn Vision too. Some of these guys can just go huge for you and win you a round that you didn't really have too much business winning. The good news for Huns though is they do have the money to be able to recover from that. And again, you just see how much util is invested early on from both teams really, but Huns in particular. Progression smoke, backside of A main. Nice spam from Zerolt. Gets them an opening kill. They're going to creep through the bridge smoke off the back of that.
Starry has spotted them out. Smoke could be a little too deep though. He's already got players that he has to deal with, and he's getting some assisting util and shots even from Westmelon. That has just about saved Starry's life. He is quite low. It will reroute the Huns. And Zaka is lurking and awaiting. Vessel making that scary push up canals, but he looks like he's got his timing right. Zaka's had another look. Vessel's made a step though, and now there's going to be problems. Information is definitely given. USP's out. Zaka gets himself into a bit of a twist there, and he gives up his life, but Lynn Vision have rotated across. Not that that's going to matter. 2 quick kills, and the Huns are going to double digits.
Getting back straight away. Unless Amelia has something to say about it. Very winnable for him. See him trying to burst Bartak down. There will be a quick enough trade. And you're right, Huns on double digits now, and the money for Lynn Vision's kind of in a weird state of affairs. Zaka got a glass cannon and drop over a rifle to try to even things up a little bit more. Starry's still got 2.5. And instead of getting the rifle drop from Amelia, so that multiple players have access to them, they are going to double AWP into this one and allow Westmelon to wield a 5-7 instead. So the AWP's not really something that Huns have had to contest too much so far against the CT side. See if that catches them off guard a little bit, and indeed, straight away, Nine's already lost that pick. Would have been hard to read the CT money there as well, to be honest. Like, you're not really sure if Lynn Vision even have money for an AWP, because the money kind of got weird after that round where they had the 2 rifles, right? So on the T side here, you wouldn't really know whether there would even be an or let alone 2.
Well, they've still got enough to make a nice hit on the A side happen. A couple of smokes, a bunch of mollies. You know, flashes for the hit as well if they want it, but setup is indicating that there's not going to be much use till. It's going to be more of a contact play than anything else. Now it all starts to ensue, and that's a couple of nice entries, but Amelia's missed shot might actually be enough to allow Huns in. 2-on-1 now for Starry. Aggressive plan from Zerol, open plan, but he's going to get away with it. Starry not in a position to deny it, and the molly, oh, it didn't quite go deep enough. Starry's got 2, no way. The Huns thought heaven was going to be clear because of the molly. But there was just a little gap that Starry kind of got in front of, and Envision are going to get themselves an 8.
Sorry, just scavenging whatever util he can at the end of the round there, as well as a pistol. Bomb plant, plus the money built up though for Huns is going to allow them to put together a really nice looking buy. Lynn Vision, on the other hand, it feels like they've kind of been scraping the scraps together here. 1900 loss bonus for both teams. This could be the round that wins or loses you the game. For Lynn Vision in particular, they have a lot less room to work with. If Huns can reset the CT money here right now, that'll be probably 12 for them post anti-eco, which is going to really give them a good shot at winning this best of 1, which would be really promising, I think, for Huns.
Oh, Starry just going to get out of dodge, get a bit of info as well. No damage off that nade, it just bounced off the pillar. But Huns are going to try that pop onto B once again, and this time Lynn Vision are much more prepared. West Melon not going to go down, and certainly not going to go down without swinging. He does get himself 2. 9 and Vessel somewhat salvaging it, but there's too much work needing to be done. And Lynn Vision are making a late resurgence back into the map.
It's the round that they needed to win, and did it pretty confidently. 4 sear from 9. Just going for the hero. AK wants to keep the damage and the pressure on Lynn Vision. Got a nade stack as well coming out for Huns here. Let's see what they have planned. Could be a house nade, kind of like Mirage Window-esque. There it is. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
close
that's
enough.
it. That's it. I told you. Triple naded him in mid. That's an AK
Catch
for
Amelia.
Cobra. Oh, yo, look at Cobra's score.
Yeah,
11,
mine's
11,
got an
11.
AK
You
as
get to
well.
make an extra wish.
Why is it 11, 11, 11?
Because he's got 11 assists, 11 kills, 11 deaths. What a gamer. Yeah,
How
that's...
do you know he's got 11? Oh, you saw it down the bottom. I was looking on the right.
Oh, he's got 12
But either
now.
way, this round has kind of just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Vision, they did all the hard work to get this back to a winnable kind of scoreline, but just gonna let a cheeky round slip, and that makes the job even harder once again.
It was brilliance from Huns. So the triple nade on mid was meant to go through the mid smoke on bridge, but didn't even end up seeing one. So but they're able to secure the kills with the nades regardless, and then the hero AK of 9 gets a pick, and you're off to the races.
They are indeed off to the races. But still not there yet. And we're looking for 13, and it honestly, it has been tough going on this T side for the Huns.
Terrorists
I'm not prepared to call it done and dusted just yet. It is going to be a punishing blow to the economy of Lynn Vision, though, isn't it? They're putting something together. But a lost round right here for Lynn Vision is a lost game. They have no money, and they've got 1900 loss bonus. So it really does come down to this round.
from mid. Gonna push Call Me Sue off the line. Looking like Huns want to kick off an A split, but Westmelon gets in front of it, gets ahead of it, and really is just disrupting Huns before they can even get this rolling.
Well, 4-on-4, they're not going to be too mad about, but Zach is about to do something here. Maybe he's not, maybe not fast enough. It doesn't matter. Call Me Sue gets 2, and he's still alive. He might get more. Nine will shut that down. Zach up into that Molotov. He wanted to push the issue in through cams. It would have been the right play to make at that point in time, but didn't get the chance to. Now the Huns have a bomb plant. They have a 2-on-2. They've got cams smoked and mollied off, and got main mollied off, or smoked off as well. So by rights, as this time ticks away, this is starting to look more and more and more likely that it will go the way of the Huns. Zaka and Starry could have thought about saving their weapons. There's going to be a flash over the top. It's a good one. It's up to Starry here, really. He needs an entry, and he needs it now, but he's not going to get it. They've run out of time, surely. Smoke's down on the bomb.
He's on it.
They're going to give it a crack. Starry is on that defuse. 9.
What?
He's going to get the nade into the smoke. It's enough to get the kill. Are you kidding me? The Huns have won the round.
What the hell am I watching, bro?
Asian CS at its finest.
Oh my god. Lynn Vision are broke. 2k apiece. This should be the Huns' game on a silver platter, boys. And they've really earned this one. Vessel and 9 have definitely been the standouts tonight. Like, these two guys have played pretty great on both maps. For Huns. Especially Vessel, that's promising to see. I remember seeing him on one of the lower tier teams. Maybe like the IHC. Was it IHC? I think it was. So yeah, I mean, like, there's just so many like tier 2, even like 2.5 Mongolian teams that you can like pick these riflers up from, and they could turn out to be pretty legit after a little bit of development. And I think this is just another guy where, like, if you're having this good of a series against Lynn Vision, that pretty much proves you can hang at the top level in Asia, right?
Yeah. Sorry, it would have been probably Clutch.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually didn't sound right.
I remember seeing him in Kintsugi as well. A couple years ago. Yeah, he's been around a little bit. Not in any of those top teams, but sort of floating around that, like, tier 2 space in Mongolia, I guess, is fair to say.
Two-man setup for LVG here. Sue's got a flash ready to go over the top. Envision just waiting to pull the trigger. This gets demolished.
Well, that is not going to work out at all. Vessel, player that we've been speaking about, is presumably going to have gotten the job done there for the Huns. They need just the one more, and really all that stands between them and the win here is now Call Me Sue with the MP9. Westmelon is starting to come across. There's flashes flying over the top. They haven't really affected those CTs, but the Huns are waiting for that smoke to fade, and oh, it's gotten a little bit messy, but held onto by Zerolt. Westmelon's going to push his way forward. There is still time here for the Huns. They're not under a huge amount of time pressure just yet, but you've seen some cracks showing. And if Starry does something, if Starry does Starry things, maybe there's still a world. Can he deny this bomb plant? Well, yes, the answer is he's going to be able to do so. Nine's going to peek as well. I told you, he's going to do Starry things, and he's just not quite gotten it done in the end. Oh, it was such a good effort from Starry, but the Huns win the map. That is 13 on the board, and that is also the first loss of this season of ESL Challenger League for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, respect to Huns tonight. Like, out of 3 out of 4 halves, they played very